On Christmas morning 1981, Charles gave Diana a gift that was contrary to royal tradition. That gift was so romantic that Diana burst into tears, and Charles couldn't resist kissing her. Even the Queen smiled watching this moment. So what had Charles given to Diana? December 25th, 1981, Balmoral Castle. For Diana, this wasn't just a Christmas morning. It was her first Christmas with the royal family. At 20 years old, only in the 4th month of her marriage, Diana woke that morning feeling both excited and anxious. In Balmoral's great hall stood a massive Christmas tree. Underneath were gifts for royal family members. But what caught Diana's attention was a small, simply wrapped gift at the very back of the tree. Written on it in Charles's handwriting was, "To my beloved Diana." According to royal tradition, gifts were opened together as a family on Christmas morning. Diana opened the official gift from Charles, a beautiful sapphire necklace. Queen Elizabeth nodded approvingly. "Very elegant, Charles," she said. But Charles approached Diana and whispered, "Your real gift is something else, darling. Please wait a moment." Diana's heart began to race. She recognized that special sparkle in Charles's eye. This wasn't just a gift. It was something special. When the royal family moved to breakfast, Charles took Diana's hand. "Come, let me show you your real gift." Charles led Diana to the castle's private library. Through the library windows, the snowy landscape of Balmoral was visible. Charles picked up the small package from the desk and handed it to Diana. "This is special for you, Diana. It's not in royal tradition, but it comes from my heart." Diana's hands trembled as she opened the package. Out came a handwritten book. On the cover was written, "Diana, my princess." Below it was the note, "Written with love by Charles." When Diana opened the book, what she saw surprised her. This was a special book Charles had written for her. Every page was filled with poems, letters, and memories written about Diana. The first page read, "My dearest Diana, this book contains the special memories I've written for you. Every emotion I've felt since you came into my life. Every page is proof of how much I love you." Charles's. Diana's eyes filled with tears as she turned the pages. Charles had written every special moment from their first meeting. Their first dance, first kiss, marriage proposal. Everything was there. On one page were these lines. "Diana, when you entered my life, everything changed. Now I have a reason to wake up in the mornings. Your laughter is my sunshine. Your voice is my melody." Diana was crying now. "Charles, this is incredible. When did you write this?" "At nights after you fell asleep. I've been working on it for months." Charles smiled shyly. "I wanted to show you how I feel about you." Diana saw another page in the middle of the book. There was a drawing Charles had made, Diana's profile while laughing. Below it were written these words, "Here is my world." When Diana laughs, the entire universe laughs with her. "You drew me?" Diana asked in amazement. "I watch you every night. I wanted to capture your beauty on paper." Charles spoke sincerely. When Diana reached the final pages of the book, she found the most romantic surprise. Charles had written her a song. It was titled Diana's Song. "This is your song, Diana. I composed it just for you." There was a small piano in the corner. Charles sat down and began playing Diana's song. The melody was very soft and romantic. Charles looked at Diana while he played. "I wrote the lyrics too," Charles said, "but my voice isn't very good. Perhaps you'll sing it someday." Diana was sobbing now. "Charles, this is the most beautiful gift. No one has ever done anything like this for me." Charles stood up and embraced Diana. "You are my inspiration, Diana. Without you, I couldn't have written this book or composed this song." "I love you so much," Diana whispered. "I love you too, my princess." At that moment, Charles kissed Diana so passionately that Diana's knees trembled. This wasn't just a kiss. It was the most romantic moment of their 4-month marriage. During their kiss, the door opened slightly. Queen Elizabeth peered in and saw this romantic moment. She had a rare smile on her face. She quietly closed the door and left the couple alone. "The Queen saw us," Diana said embarrassedly. "I don't care," Charles laughed. "Let the whole world know how much I love you." Diana looked at the book again. "I'll always keep this book. It will be my most precious possession. I'll write you a new book every year," Charles promised. "As our love grows, the books will multiply." That afternoon, Charles had another surprise for Diana. He had secretly prepared a special picnic area in Balmoral's garden. In the snowy garden were warm blankets, hot chocolate, and Diana's favorite cookies. Even Charles's personal guard was watching from a distance. "What is all this?" Diana was surprised. "Our winter picnic." Charles smiled. "You don't like the cold, but the snow is beautiful. I wanted to watch it together." Sitting under the blankets drinking hot chocolate, Diana leaned against Charles. "You made me very happy today." "This is just the beginning." Charles stroked her hair. "I have many more gifts worthy of you." That evening, at Christmas dinner, Diana came to the table clutching the book to her chest. Prince Philip was curious. "Diana, what do you have in your hand?" "A very special gift from Charles," Diana replied happily. Queen Elizabeth looked at Charles proudly. "My son gives very thoughtful gifts." "What kind of gift?" Prince Philip insisted. Charles and Diana looked at each other. "A special book," Diana said softly. "Very personal." Queen Elizabeth's mother, smiled understandingly. "Ah, the first years of love. How beautiful." That night, Diana read the book again. Every line Charles had written affected her even more. There was especially one page she loved. "Diana, with each day I spend with you, I learn what love means. Love isn't just loving someone. It's trying to be a better person for them. You made me a better man." Diana snuggled up to Charles while reading these lines. "Did you really write these sentences?" "Every word from my heart." Charles kissed her. "You are my first and last love." "We'll always be this happy, won't we?" Diana asked hopefully. "Of course," Charles answered definitively. "Our love will last forever." That night, Diana wrote in her diary, "December 25th, 1981. The most beautiful Christmas of my life. Charles gave me a book as a gift. But this wasn't an ordinary book. It was a special book he wrote for me, telling our love story. On every page, I feel how much he loves me. I don't know if there's another woman in this world who received such a gift. I feel like the luckiest woman." The next day, Diana wanted to show the book to the Queen. "Your Majesty, would you like to see Charles's gift?" Queen Elizabeth looked at the book curiously. She turned a few pages, and her eyes filled with tears. "Diana, this is very beautiful. Charles really loves you very much." "I love him very much too," Diana replied happily. "Keep this book well," the Queen advised. "It's very valuable." In those days, Diana never let the book Charles gave her out of her sight. Wherever she went, she took it with her, read it every night, and tried to play the song Charles had written. 2 weeks later, Diana wanted to surprise Charles. She had memorized the lyrics to the song Charles wrote and wanted to sing it to him. That evening, when they were alone at Highgrove, Diana went to Charles. "I have a surprise for you." "What kind of surprise?" Charles asked curiously. "I'm going to sing my song." Diana blushed. "I memorized the lyrics." Charles was very impressed. "Really? Such difficult lyrics." Diana went to Charles's piano. Charles began playing, and Diana sang the song with her beautiful voice. The lyrics spoke of love, of her love for Charles. Charles looked at Diana while playing, and Diana looked at him. At that moment, both understood what love meant. When the song ended, Charles stood up and kissed Diana long and passionately. "You are perfect, Diana. Beautiful voice, beautiful heart." This special Christmas gift marked the beginning of the golden age of Charles and Diana's marriage. Every evening, Charles added new pages to the book. Diana also wrote him small notes, sharing her own feelings. In February 1982, Diana gave Charles a special gift. She had prepared her own book to stand beside the book Charles wrote for her. "To my Charles with love." In this book, Diana had written her thoughts about Charles and how much she loved him. Paul Burrell, Diana's loyal butler, can never forget the atmosphere of that period. The princess was very happy while writing that book. She told me, "Paul, Charles wrote a book for me, and I'm writing one for him." She would write for hours under the night lamp. A section from the book Diana wrote to Charles. "My dearest Charles, I didn't know what life meant before you knew me. Now I wake up every morning and smile with the happiness of seeing you beside me. You are not just my husband, but my closest friend, my confidant, my soulmate." When Charles received this book, he was so moved that he couldn't hold back his tears. "Diana, you can write too. This is very beautiful." "I learned from you." Diana blushed and laughed. "You taught me to write." During this period, the couple's happiest moments were the evenings spent at Highgrove. While Charles worked in the garden, Diana accompanied him, and Charles gave her information about flowers. "I'm planting this rose especially for you," Charles showed Diana one evening. "Its name will be Diana Rose, a special rose for me." Diana was surprised. "Beautiful like you, elegant like you," Charles spoke romantically. Charles's love for Diana during that period was also noticed by a palace staff. Edward Adine, Charles's former private secretary, describes those days. "Prince Charles was a completely different man. He was constantly smiling, talking about Diana, making plans for her. He constantly asked, 'What is Diana doing today?' He was like a young man in love." When Diana learned she was pregnant in March 1982, Charles's joy was indescribable. The letter he wrote to Diana that night is still kept in the archives. "My dearest Diana, the news you gave me today is the most beautiful news of my life. I'm going to be a father, and you will be the mother of this baby. There can be no greater happiness. I will protect you and our baby forever. With all my love, Charles." During pregnancy, Charles's attention to Diana increased even more. He woke up beside Diana every morning and prepared her breakfast himself. From Diana's pregnancy diary, "Charles is a perfect husband for me. He fulfills my every wish, constantly talks to our baby. He puts his hand on my belly and says, 'Hello, little prince or princess.' He's so sweet." Dr. George Pinker, Diana's delivery doctor, describes Charles's behavior during that period. "Prince Charles was very worried, but very happy too. He would come to every checkup, wanting to know about the baby's condition. He was very protective of Diana. Charles gave Diana small gifts every day during her pregnancy. Sometimes a flower, sometimes a book she liked, sometimes handwritten little notes. One of these notes: "Dear Mother, did our baby kick you today? I love him, her too, because she is a part of you." C. Diana always kept these notes. 127 small notes from Charles accumulated during her pregnancy. When William was born on June 21st, 1982, Charles's happiness was worth seeing. The letter he wrote to Diana immediately after birth. "My dearest Diana, today you gave us the most beautiful gift. Our son William is very beautiful. Beautiful like you? I'm grateful to you. You'll be the best mother I know. I love you so much. Charles." After William's birth, Charles began giving Diana other special gifts. A new piece of jewelry every month, handwritten letters on every special day. Diana's favorite gift was the lullaby Charles wrote for her. He had named it William's Lullaby, and she sang it to her son every night. The lullaby lyrics were, "Sleep, little prince. Your mother is here. Your father loves you very much too. You'll fly in your dreams. You'll grow with our love." Diana sang this lullaby while Charles listened, sometimes joining in. These moments were the family's happiest times. During Harry's pregnancy in 1983, Charles showed the same attention. In fact, this time, he was even more romantic. "Diana, our second baby is coming," Charles said joyfully. "Now we'll have a perfect family." During Diana's second pregnancy, Charles began calling her my queen. Every morning he said, "Good morning, my queen." During this period, Diana told her friends, "Charles is a perfect husband. He treats me not like a princess, but like a queen." When Harry was born, Charles's joy was even greater. "Now our perfect family is complete," he told Diana. "2 princes, 1 princess, and 1 prince. What more could I want?" During this period, the love between Charles and Diana was so strong that even palace staff were affected. Lady Susan Hussey, former lady-in-waiting at Balmoral, describes those days. "Diana and Charles couldn't stop touching each other. Charles constantly held Diana's hand, and Diana leaned on Charles's arm. It was such love that it affected everyone around them." In late 1983, Charles gave Diana his final gift, the Book of Our Love, Volume 2. It was a continuation of the first book and described his feelings after William and Harry's births. A section from this book. "Diana, you didn't just give me a wife. You gave me a life. William and Harry are the fruit of our love. When I look at them, I see your eyes. How lucky I am that you are their mother." Diana burst into tears for the last time when she received this gift. "Charles, you are the love of my life. These gifts, these letters, this love, I'll never forget them." Charles kissed her and said, "These are just the beginning. Our love will grow bigger every year." However, as they entered 1984, this golden age would slowly begin to end. Camilla Parker Bowles would re-enter their lives, and Charles's last letter to Diana would carry a different tone. But the years 1981 to 1983 were the years when Diana and Charles lived their true love. Charles's first Christmas gift to Diana wasn't just a book. It was the beginning of true love. Paul Burrell said years later about this, "Prince Charles really loved Diana. I saw those first years. I read the letters. I saw the gifts. This was true love. Unfortunately, everything changed later." One of the last entries in Diana's 1984 diary. "The first gift Charles gave me is still with me. That book is my most precious possession because it contains proof of true love. I wish we could go back to those days. Charles's last romantic letter to Diana was at Christmas, 1984. My dearest Diana, 3 years ago I gave you my first book. How happy we were in those days. I hope that happiness will come again. I still love you. Charles. This letter became the last document of Diana and Charles's love period. Because after 1985, Charles's letters would begin to become more official, more distant. Diana kept that book until her death. When Paul Burrell found the book after Diana's death, he saw that Diana had written notes under every page. This page made me very happy. I always sing this song. I wish it were still like this now. These notes showed that Diana never forgot Charles's first gift to her. That book wasn't just a gift for her. It was a memory of lost love. Today that book is preserved in the Spencer family archives. Earl Spencer, Diana's brother, says about the book, "This book was Diana's most precious possession. Proof of Charles's true love for her. The most important document showing how happy they were in those periods." The love of Diana and Charles in those first years went down in history as one of the most romantic periods in royal history. And the beginning of this love was that special Christmas gift Charles gave to Diana. The book Charles wrote by hand shows what true love means. Because love isn't expensive gifts, but words that come from the heart. And in that book, Charles shared all the depths of his heart with Diana. This story teaches us this: the most valuable gifts aren't bought from stores, but come from the heart. The book Charles gave to Diana was more valuable than millions of pounds worth of jewelry, because it contained true love. And perhaps most importantly, Diana kept that book until the end of her life. This shows that true love is never forgotten, only lost. But memories last forever. Diana's last words were about this book. What she said to Rosa Monckton a week before her death: "Rosa, give that book to William. Let him know how his father once loved their mother." William keeps that book today and sometimes reads it. He also showed it to Catherine and said, "This is how true love should be. My father wrote this book for my mother. I want to write something like this for you too." Diana and Charles's love story continues this way. That 1981 Christmas gift isn't just a beautiful memory from the past, but a love document that serves as an example for future generations. Because true love doesn't die, it just changes form. The book Charles wrote to Diana still shows the power of love today. And perhaps this is why the most beautiful love stories are always written in books.